What a day. I don't know where to start. Getting ready to travel, or at least that was the plan. When we went to bed last night, we had got most of our checklist accomplished. We were relaxed. We had going to have a day to just kind of get together, and then tomorrow we were scheduled to fly on Lufthansa. Well, this morning I got up about 2 minutes after I turned on my phone. An email popped up from Lufthansa saying your flight's canceled and you can get a refund or maybe try to rebook. So I had work scheduled, a last session scheduled with some clients. I was like, oh, this is all I need. I went online to try to look at my options, and it said for your ticket, you can't do anything online. You're going to have to deal with our chat bot, which are my favorite things. Not really. So I went and found their chat bot and found I was 220 some persons down in line. Because of the horrible weather in Munich, basically all the flights were canceled, I guess through tomorrow. I know they had some problems over the weekend, and I'd seen some pretty ugly photos. In fact, we put one up right now. But I figured it would pass by Thursday, but apparently it hasn't. So I was kind of running out of time before I had to go to the studio, and being 227 in line wasn't really going to get me there very fast. So a tip: the airlines, particularly, well, the ones I mostly deal with are Swiss, Lufthansa, that group. They don't like to put their phone number on their website. It's impossible to come up with a phone number. They have a lot of ways to contact them, but none of them have to do with the phone. And when I went back to online to see what I could do, it basically says, call the call center. Great. What's the call center's phone number? They're not giving that up too easy. So, and this is something I've used with a lot of companies that don't seem to like to do phone customer service anymore. And that is just do a Google search for, what I did was Lufthansa call center, since that's what they told me to call. And I've done this with other companies, and sure enough, comes up with a call center number, an 800 number, which is great because before that, Lufthansa had sent me an email that said, call this number, which was in Germany. And no way I'm calling Germany when I know there's got to be a call center in the States. And so we found the number, and I had Arena do the call because I knew if it took too long, I was going to have to bail and run off to work. So we call, and we get the beautiful music, and we sit, and all of a sudden this voice comes on, not too much later. And Rita looks at me and she says, is that a real human? I said, I don't know. It was a very garbled, and we finally managed to figure out it was a Lufthansa agent, and he asked for our numbers and our booking number, which we had him put in. And he came back and said, okay, I'll come back. We're like, oh boy, this is going to be a while. And it was only a minute or two. And he came back online and said, okay, we can rebook you tomorrow, which is the day we were planning on leaving. And you'll leave at 1740, which is, no, 1940. which is 7:40 in the 12-hour clock. So great. And you go through Zurich, and you'll get to Rome at basically 7:15 in the evening the next day. I was thinking, that's the flight we normally take. Now, we have a routine. I tell you, we always try to do our routine. And we always take a Swiss Air flight that leaves at 19:40 and gets to Rome at 7 in the evening, 7:15. But during the winter, December, January, they don't run that route. You have to fly through Munich to get anything comparable. I think that's exactly the flight I wanted in the first place, but they didn't have it when I was booking my flights. They haven't had that flight during the winter for several years. So I said, okay, we took it, and he rebooked the whole flight going out and said all of the things. We had some special needs in our folder, and he said those all transferred over, which we'll see if that actually happens tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to the airport to hopefully fly. Hopefully we don't wake up with the with another cancellation notice in the morning. Knock on wood. We're hopeful. So wish us luck. We will try to update. This is going to be all together in one post when we get it done. But we're going to update you once we've got through all the procedures at the airport, see what happens there. At this point, we haven't had to cancel our rental car, our hotel. We're still looking. I said everything seems to be okay. We actually get there the right time. We leave an hour earlier than we had originally booked, and that's even better. So we shall see. In fact, this may just be its own post. I think we're going to do this one at a time. We're going to keep you in suspense. You're going to have to come back to find out what happened to us. So wish us luck. Ciao.